Welcome everybody to the Pure Energy Healing Academy and markbajerski.com. The YouTube channel. It's very kind of you to be here today. The topic today, and as most of you already figured out, that the topics I bring up are normally because of what's happening in and around my life and what I see through other people's pain and suffering. But today's an interesting one because I woke up this morning with a barrage of very negative attack, and it happens all the time. It's something you get used to as somebody who works in the field of non-compliance, in the field of not following that mainstream thinking, or how we were brought up in a manner of teachings from academia, from schools, from teachers, and what is deemed right and wrong. And this in itself is a really deep issue, because if you look back in history, who were the wise ones? Who were the ones filled with amazing, deep inner knowledge? Well, you just need to look back and spend a bit of time and you can see these wonderful souls who lived off the land, who were Native American Indians, the shamans, all that what we've lost, deliberately suppressed, not lost. It's a deliberate push to stop you and I from finding out who we truly are. Because all those beautiful people way back then are just people like you and I. But they knew how to live. They listened to their hearts. They listened to the land. They listened to Mother Nature. They listened to what was right within rather than without. We're all looking outside for people to tell us how to live, eat, how to behave, how to heal. Yet we spend very little time on listening to our own body. Thus, the way we have become accustomed to is to rush to the doctors or the hospital and seek medical advice to be fixed instantly. To go to people and say, help me now, give me the answer. Go to healers and say, fix me. Go on, fix me. You said you're a healer. And we're so neglecting our truth, our purpose, our inner self and our inner healing that we have, our inner spirit, which is so powerful that we can heal anything. It's so easy now for us to just want everybody else to fix us, and therefore the topic today is about that very energy of frustration and anger of others who tend to blame everybody, who gets upset with everybody, because that is the reason why all that I've just said. I think it's so important that we have to learn not to judge. And that includes me. We have to learn to get on with our life. We have to learn to stop pointing fingers at others and getting upset with other people. And today's message is simple. You cannot please everybody. It is impossible. And I have often said this. All you need to do is go straight to your YouTube channel, have a look at the most beautiful song that touches your heart and fills your heart with joy. Scroll down and have a look at all the comments. You cannot please everybody. There was once a beautiful, beautiful YouTube video. It only lasted for a few minutes. It was just gorgeous music, and all what came up was a heart in red. And there was, I think at the time, 5,000 likes and about 57 thumbs down. How can you put a thumbs down to a heart and just nice music? Well, it's easy. If you're going through a terrible, painful time, and life is awful because you may have just lost love, you will not see love as love. You will see it as the pain and suffering that you're going through. Therefore, if we know that and we recognize that, then anybody who sends negativity our way and says awful things, it's because they're feeling bad in themselves. Because if they were happy and they had a lovely life and they were enjoying themselves and they found their path and they found their love and their happiness and they found who they were and what their gift was in this lifetime, they wouldn't have time to be bothering with the silly little comments that they give. They wouldn't have time. They'd be too busy loving their life and enjoying themselves, and thus growing an even more powerful energy than that what keeps us down. Because these people I do not laugh at. It breaks my heart when I read these things because I don't want them to feel like that. Yet I cannot fix anybody, and neither can you. All we can do is do our best along this journey of life. That's all we can do. And send our love to people and share all that we know that has helped us along our journey. Thank you for joining me today on this little interesting topic, and I'll leave you with one little story before I go, and I'm sure a few of you already know this. It's a funny story, and don't take it to heart, okay? There was a grandfather and a grandson, and they strolled into town with a donkey. And the grandfather said to the grandson, "Jump on top of the donkey as we go through town." And as they went through town, people came out and started pointing fingers and saying to the little grandson, "You should get off that donkey and let your grandfather on that donkey because he's an old man." So the little boy was very tearful, and when they got out of the village, the little grandson and grandfather agreed that as they continued to the next village that they would swap. And of course they went to the next village and the grandfather was on the donkey, and people came out of the houses and started pointing fingers at the granddad saying, "That's so very cruel. You should let your grandson on top of there. Poor grandson walking and you're on there." And the grandfather felt very bad. And as they went through the village, they agreed that they would both get on the donkey in the next village as they were passing through. So they were both on the donkey, and everybody came out and pointed their fingers and says, "How cruel, the grandfather and grandson on top of the poor donkey. That's terrible." And they felt very bad, and they got off the donkey and agreed that they wouldn't do that. But this time what they decided to do together was to put the donkey on their shoulders. And as they're walking, getting closer to the next village, they cross a bridge with water, with a river flowing, and they lost their footing, and accidentally the donkey fell into the water and was swept away. The moral of this story, dear friends, is that if you try and please everybody, you can sure wave goodbye to your ass. From the Pure Energy Healing Academy, have a lovely day, everybody. Thank you for subscribing to markbyesky.com. Hey guys, life is about living. Enjoy yourself and don't let anybody make you feel bad today. Always remember that the people who make you feel bad are always going through a terrible moment. So just send them a big hug and send them your love. Take care. Have a lovely day.